I'm Morgan from Pack Hacker, and in this video we're taking a look at the Rab Adrift 24-liter day pack, which I've been testing for 2 weeks. If you find this video helpful, hit subscribe so that we can continue making content that helps you travel smarter. Let's jump in. So the external is made from a 210D nylon ripstop, and you can kind of see it has like this nice protective sheen-like coating on the front and on the bottom specifically, which is really nice so that you don't have to worry about where you set it down. It also uses YKK zippers for both of the compartments on the top, and it was designed to basically handle anything in mind, especially like hiking, mountaineering, bouldering. Like, it's very durable, so especially like this material right here. And then on top, there's no like protective AquaGuard coating or anything like that, but these zippers are YKK, so that especially with like a little bit of protection, it should definitely stand up to a decent amount of like weather. Although if it is like a downpour, I would be a little bit more hesitant or concerned, just because like this protective sheen is on the front and on the bottom, but not necessarily on the top. So you can see it's just like a standard nylon ripstop. Then there are a couple different attachment points. So like right here, these are 2 on each side, as well as like a little grab handle. Then there's 2 down here as well, so that you can attach extra gear. Then this one was designed for like a bike light, so that you can make sure you have like proper visibility, especially riding around at night. There are 2 fairly minimal grab handles. As you can see here, this is one of them. You can also attach gear to this with like a carabiner. It was just really nice to be able to like maneuver the bag from the front-ish. And then on top, there's another grab handle, both made just from like a pretty simple, very rugged nylon. And so it does a decent job. It's not padded, so it's not the most comfortable, but it will definitely do. Then as for the harness system, these are nicely contoured, and they have like some mesh for breathability. The sternum strap you can connect with by like just sticking this out right here and then adjusting it on several different intervals, and it connects with just a simple plastic buckle. It's pretty standard, straightforward. There are no attachment points on the shoulder straps, so just something to keep in mind. You can't really add additional gear to that. But then there is also a removable hip belt. It's pretty simple as well. It's very similar to the sternum strap, where it just connects via a buckle. And the nice thing about this is if you don't find yourself ever using it, you can thread this through and remove the hip belt entirely. And then it just has like a simple black panel with a little bit of air channel. So this is what it looks like on. And as you can see, it, especially with this color, it has much more of a casual aesthetic, I would say. And it's really comfortable, especially with the contoured shoulder straps. The sternum strap works pretty well as the hip belt, although I would argue that these are both more so for kind of providing extra stabilization, especially if you're going out and hiking or bouldering or mountaineering and you're not necessarily vertical, but like hanging off a mountain or something like that. This kind of just ensures that everything stays centered on your back and it's not like slipping or sliding off or anything like that. But as for like comfort, I wouldn't say that this is like for like heavier loads. This is, like I said, just to make sure it's stable. Taking a look at some of the secondary compartments, starting off with the top, there's like a nice little quick access zipper right here with a single zip. And it basically, this pocket takes up the entirety of this front area, and it's pretty spacious. There's like a lot of capacity to it. And so inside I just have some hand sanitizer, let's see, a wallet, some lip balm, a pair of AirPods, and a pack of gum. And so this worked really well for like quick access, everyday essentials that I wanted to have easy access to. And it was really easy to sling this or slide this over one shoulder and get into this pocket with one hand. But one thing that I would recommend you keep in mind is just the orientation and the side, just because this is a single zip. So the zipper is always stored at one side, basically. There are 2 water bottle pockets. And so in here, I just have a standard 24-ounce water bottle. And I really like these just because when not in use, they pretty much hug the side of the bag fairly nicely. And they have a very nice, very stretchy, elastic, like gusset to keep everything nice and secure. I never had any issues with water bottles falling out. It does like a really good job. It's not the most secure, but it definitely keeps everything like nice and neat, especially like not when like laying down or on its side. And then I also found this was like really nice to store like a phone or other everyday like quick access essentials. And so like on this side, I just have some snacks, you know, just in case. And then there is a dedicated laptop sleeve here on the back with side access. And it has a single zip and it goes basically down the side here. And this can fit up to a 15-inch MacBook Pro. And so inside, just have a 13-inch. I tried with the 16-inch. Very, very hard, but the opening just will not allow for that. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. This isn't one of those backpacks where you say, oh, I could probably get a 16-inch in there. Like, no, it's just not possible. But this is lifted a little bit and it has the padding of this back channel to help protect it. And then there's like padding in between this sleeve and the main compartment as well, just to provide a little bit more protection for whatever you decide to put in this one. And then moving on to the main compartment, which uses a dual zip system and a U-shaped opening. You can see right here, it's kind of a interesting way to open. So you unzip that and then you can like slide it, and then it's basically like top-down access. It basically has a little like minor organization in this main compartment, which I found very helpful. So starting off like right here, there's a zippered mesh pocket, which I usually use to store like a portable power bank. But I mean, this space has like a nice amount of capacity. And so like smaller items like AirPods, pens, a mouse works really well in here, and it keeps everything nice and organized. And then here, I'll take some of this. I also have like a few packing cubes, and I found this worked really well for like a weekend trip where I could just kind of throw in like a couple packing cubes worth of clothes and a stop kit for like toiletries and stuff. So I tend to like pouches and kits like that. So using the main capacity here to store all of that worked really, really well. But as you can kind of see, when empty, it has no form, which made packing this a little annoying, just because like trying to like get it to stand up and it just tumbles over, which is slightly annoying. But on the back panel, there is a dedicated tablet sleeve with this hook and loop closure to ensure like everything stays nice and secure. And in here, I was able to fit a 11-inch iPad Pro with a Magic Keyboard. And so like the Magic Keyboard makes it like slightly thicker, but I didn't have any issues with utilizing this space. But one thing to note is that I did have to store it like sideways instead of like vertical, which I think I'm just more accustomed to. It's not like a huge deal, but this pocket specifically doesn't go all the way down. It stops about like halfway down, like right here. So something to keep in mind, especially if you have like a larger tablet. And then on front of that tablet sleeve are 2 super stretchy mesh pockets. And in here I just have a 10-foot cord USB-C cable, and then a medium-sized slip pocket with 2 pen loops, basically. And then the rest just functions as like a standard dump site. So there you have it, the Rab Adrift 24-liter day pack. Thanks for keeping it here at Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel. We'll see you in the next video.